Hello guys, it's time for another adventure. Let's go sa Laguna! So hello guys, it's a wonderful day here in Siniloan, Laguna, where we will climb the Mount Romelo and go to some falls. Let's go! Another amazing hiking adventure is going to take place in a beautiful natural landscape in southern part of Laguna, in Mount Romelo. This mountain is the home of another 7 waterfalls, but we will explore the mountain and the 2 out of 7 waterfalls. Siniloan, Laguna, an L-shaped second-class municipality located between the plains of Sierra Madre Ranges and the Laguna de Bay. Guiling-guiling is the first ever written name of the Municipality of Siniloan. In 1583, 12 years after the colonization of the city of Manila in the province of Laguna, a group of Spaniards aboard the vessel docked along Laguna de Bay. At that time, some native women are milling pali seeds in the rice field. The Spaniards asked for the name of the place, but due to miscommunication, the natives thought that they were asked for what they are doing, and they responded, "Kami po ay gumigiling." The Spaniards repeated the word, and they could hardly pronounce the word properly, resulting to a repeated word, guiling-guiling. They named the place Guiling-guiling. The name of the place changed after 2 decades when 3 brothers, 1 Pili, 1 Puhawan, and 1 Puno in 1604, in which the place was renamed. Because these brothers were fishermen, they chose to settle along the river banks. They were able to prosper in dividing the area they are tilling equally for themselves. A priest inquired how these brothers divided the place from among themselves. They all responded, "Sinluluwang," meaning equally and just. From there on, the place was called Sinluluwang. Because still, the Spanish conquistadors cannot pronounce the word, it became to be Siniloan. Mount Romelo is the land of waterfalls. It has a total of 7 stunning waterfalls under its sleeve. While it is identified as a relatively easy hike to the summit, elevating at only 240 meters above sea level, seeing the waterfalls on the other hand poses another kind of challenge. The view at the summit is not that spectacular, although this mountain is a perfect starter for aspiring newbie mountaineers. I think the most fulfilling part in hiking this mountain is seeing all its 7 waterfalls. But if you happen to make it only one of them, don't be sad, for you're not alone. How to go to Mount Romelo and to its majestic falls. These are transportation options. Option 1. Via Ligarda. Ride the Raymond bus going to Infanta, Quezon. That will be 3 hours of your traveling time. The bus will pass by the junction going to Buruwisan Ecology Park, so you can simply ask the driver or the bus crew to drop you there. From the junction, the greenhouse or the registration site is less than 10 minutes of walk away. There are also vans from Ligarda going to Fami Junction that will just require you another tricycle ride to the greenhouse, and that will be 3 hours. Option 2. Via Starmel Shaw Boulevard. Ride a van from Starmel Shaw Boulevard to Tanay. That will be 1 hour and 30 minutes. Alight in Tanay Public Terminal. From there, ride a jeep going to Siniloan, and that will be 40 minutes of your traveling time. Once in Siniloan, ride a tricycle going to crossing leading to Buruwisan Falls Ecology Park. And that will be 15 minutes. Walk to the greenhouse or the registration site for 10 minutes. Option 3. Via LRT Buendia Bus Terminal or Cubao Bus Terminal. Ride a bus going to Santa Cruz, Laguna, and that will be 2 hours to 2 hours and 30 minutes of traveling time, and ask the conductor to drop you off to Santa Cruz, Sambat, and ride another jeep or tricycle going to Santa Cruz town proper, or jeepneys going to Siniloan, are located. From there, ride the jeep going to Siniloan, and that will be 60 minutes of traveling time. Once in Siniloan, ride a tricycle going to crossing leading to Buruwisan Falls Ecology Park, and that will be 15 minutes of traveling time. Walk to the greenhouse or the registration site, and that will be 10 minutes. Option 4. If you want to save time and effort, be a joiner of an organized tour. There are so many organized tours that you can check out in Facebook or other social media accounts. Tips and reminders. You should know before going to Mount Romelo. The trek takes about 2 to 3 hours depending on your pace. Expect rain during monsoon season or June to February, and be careful of the limati, local name for blood leeches. You can also visit the 7 falls, but you need 2 days to do it. Always observe the leave no trace principles. We arrived at Jump Off Point in Barangay Makatad, Siniloan, Laguna. It was a rainy day. One local said that we can like the condition of the trail to Mount Romelo now because it is muddy and slippery, or we will like because it will give us an adventure we will never forget. These are the things you should bring when going to Mount Romelo. Trail foods, water, at least 2 liters, gloves, slippers or sandals, trash bag, medical kit, toiletries, extra clothes, poncho or raincoat, cap or bandana, trekking pole, extra money, camera, power bank, and extra battery. But of course, don't forget to waterproof your things by having a dry bag. And so, our adventures began. The trail was wet and slippery because of the mud. We start our short hike to Mount Romelo with several of my hiking friends. It was a weekend and there were not so much number of hikers we met along the way.
Puputik ang aming dinaraanan.
Yes, it is muddy due to continuous rain for the past days. You need to be careful on not to get slipped. We had a choice if we want to have poncho or any raincoat so that we will not get wet. But most of us decided not to, because we will get wet soon when we arrive to the falls. After more than an hour, we arrive at the Mount Romelo summit. But there's a lot of people there and the summit is a bit small. After staying for a couple of minutes at the summit of Mount Romelo to catch our breath, we continued our way to Buruwisan Falls. As we passed by our trail, we noticed that it's getting muddier and muddier as we go along our way. As you can see, we're hiking during a rainy day. Is it safe to go hiking in the rain? Yes, it is. It can be very pleasant to hike in the rain. I've done it many times, or it can be pretty miserable depending on the situation, maybe because of your health condition that may affect. But hiking in the rain will be very nice. During a rainy day hike, avoid wearing cotton shirts, as cotton shirts are good insulator of cold and it may cause hyperthermia. We got this place all to ourselves when we arrived. Upon seeing this waterfall with my own eyes, I got stunned. The waters are raging and we need to be careful when we cross it. During monsoon season like December, the water current is a little bit strong. After walking a few meters, we arrived at the small waterfall, Linsoyes Falls. The spot where the waterfall was dim as it was surrounded by trees. The setting, plus the gloomy clouds, made it perfect for long exposure shots. We only stayed for a few minutes at Lanzonez Falls before heading back to Buruwisan and back to Mount Romelo summit. We would have wanted to see more of Mount Romelo's waterfalls, but it's quite impossible to see all of them in just one day. It was an exhausting hike, but I enjoyed every moment of it. If you want to visit all the 7 falls, I advise you to have an overnight adventure. Hello! Welcome to Mount Romero. After descending back to the jump off, you can clean up at the mountaineer's top. Water is so cold because it is spring water. You are refreshed after an amazing hiking experience. To give you an idea on how much to shell out, these are the expenses. For registration fee, you will need to pay 50 pesos. For quarter fee, you will pay 300 pesos for 2 persons. For guide fee, that will be 500 pesos per day hike and 1,000 pesos per overnight. And for horseback riding, that will be 300 to 500 pesos per way. And after the hike, you can have your toilet and take a bath there for 20 pesos. Whether it is a day hike or an overnight one, we can say that having a hike is having a break from our routine lives. A time to bond with people and nature. But that first time I went backpacking, I decided I would explore more, and it's time to discover more. I am Romelo, and this is Tuklas Pilipinas. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from me again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go. Also leave your comments for your thoughts and suggestions.